Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well, teach well while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say Shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you few sisters that are sincere in your children. Shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be building off of the current situation that you had occurred, you see, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you brothers and sisters have heard about it. But as you can see from the title, it says Charlie Kirk, right, deleted at age of 31 after assassination in Utah, right? And this is the current news of what's happening now. And today's video is actually going to be titled Judgment from the Lord, because that's exactly what this is that went forth, man. You see, a lot of people are, out here saying how bad it was and things like that. A lot of these people are hurt and sad for this guy. But what happened to him was nothing more than judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to actually go to a few precepts just to touch on that, because we know ultimately the Lord is the one that's in control over all of these situations in which it is that occur. You see both life and death. You see things that happen in the world. You see good and evil. The Lord is controlling all of these things, man. Right. So I'm going to actually go to this precept that I got just so we can start off the video. And then I'm going to read into the article. Right. But this is Psalms chapter 68, verse 20. It said, "He that is our power is the power of salvation. And unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord belong the issues from death." You see, so like I said, every baby that's coming into this earth being born, every spirit that's entering into this place, that has to go through the Lord. And every soul and spirit that's departing from this place, ultimately, the Lord is in control of that as well. He's the one that's ultimately sifting out the sanctions to allow these things to take place. You see, as it tells you right here, I'm going to just grab this other precept real quick. This is Isaiah 45:7. It says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil," meaning bad times, right? This was what you would consider a bad time. You see, I, the Lord, do all these things. So at the end of the day, this was all the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that ultimately occurred, man. You see, and I'm going to get into this article and we're going to read into it, right? But it says, Charlie Kirk is sadly deleted at the age of 31. You see, after his assassination in Utah, this news comes as a shock to most. The tragedy took place during the Q&A, right? In Utah, everything happened so fast and people who were in attendance were scared out of their minds. This is a tragic event and news, right? And it says that no one wanted to hear following the shooting. There is a lot to unfold and uncover when it comes to this. Keep reading to find out more about the situation, right? And we're just going to go straight to this point right here. This is really what I wanted to read. It says assassination takes place during Q&A in Utah. And it says Charlie Kirk was doing a Q&A in Utah. This is not unusual for Charlie. He was usually out at colleagues having debates and Q&As all the time. While some do not agree with his opinions, they will debate with him anyway, right? Charlie was a Republican advocate and stood up for things he believed in, right? And it says, while some of his debates got heated, a lot were able to be done in a respectful manner. However, some went to the Q&A with the plan to delete him, and they succeeded. This is a tragic thing that happened. No one saw this coming, and there is no way to wrap your head around it. But like I said, we can wrap our head around it when you understand spiritually that the Lord allowed this to happen. Then you know these things, you see. So I'm actually grab a few more precepts just touching on the Lord allowing this to ultimately to take place, man. This was judgment, you see. Simple and plain, right? But this is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5 in the KJV, right? And it says, "The just Lord," right, Yahweh, "is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust know of no shame." You see, and like I said before, this is a form of judgment, man. The Lord is the one that's controlling the minds of these men. You see, these people that are ultimately doing the things in which it is they're doing, they're being controlled, man. You see, even if it's left-hand side spirits, which the Lord is ultimately putting in these people to do his bidding, guess what? The Lord is still controlling it all, man. Right? This is Psalms chapter 78, verse 49. "He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them, man." You see, and that's what the Lord is ultimately allowing to manifest in these times, a lot of evil angels. You see, as it tells you right here, this is Sirach 39:28. "There be spirits that are created for vengeance," right? That was a spirit created for vengeance, man. "Which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them." Who is that talking about? The Heavenly Father, man, through his only begotten son. You see? Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance, right? Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, right? The modern day sword is a gun, punishing the wicked to destruction, you see? So like I said, this was all the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And as it tells you in Job 4 and 7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent, or were the righteous cut off, man. You see? So, hey, at the end of the day, no one's innocent, man. Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So like I said, the Lord put the spirit on that man to ultimately to do what he did today, you see. Because as it tells you in Proverbs 20 and 24, that man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Right? Proverbs 19 and 21, there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua put the spirit on this guy to ultimately to fulfill his will, which is judging this guy, man. Right? And I'm going to go to a few more precepts real quick. You see, through the spirit, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 12. And it says, for man also knoweth not his time, right? And I'm pretty sure that God did not think that he was going to get judged at that, meeting or whatever it were that he was attending. You see, he thought everything was going to go fine, which is what a lot of people think when the Lord judge them, man. Everything just be going smooth and things just be going on the up and up, and people thinking that things is going to work out as they plan or that they see fit. And it always turns bad, man. That's why the Lord says, suddenly shall their destruction come and they shall be perished in a day of vengeance, roughly paraphrasing, you see. But that's what's happening to these people, man. The Lord is bringing judgment upon them, all right? And it always comes suddenly, you see. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in a snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, right? Because it was a very evil time, right? When it falleth suddenly upon them. And that's what happened, man. This judgment came swiftly upon this guy, man. Right? From Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right? And I'm going to grab this precept as well. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Right? Shall there be evil, meaning bad times, in the city, and the Lord have not done it? You see? So like I said before, man, this all comes from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You see? And this is a precept right here, just touching on, the Lord ultimately being in control over both life and death. You see, going into what I read previous, this is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, see now that I am he, and there is no God with me, no Jesus, no Buddha, no Allah, no Santa Maria, none of these different idols that you people call on and worship that you believe have power. You see, the only true powers that are in control over both life and death are Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. The Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahushua. You see, who the world ignorantly calls God in Jesus Christ, right? So it says, see now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that could deliver out of my hand. You see, so there was nothing that God could have possibly did to escape that situation. Because, hey, that was divinely orchestrated by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for that to happen the way it did. You see? And I'm going to grab this precept as well, because that was very terrible. You see? But, hey, that's why it tells us right here, Hebrews 10 and 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And that's what we saw happening on that TV, man. When that judgment went forth, that was a terrible thing that happened, you see. But, hey, at the end of the day, the Lord is going to do more judgments like this on these people, man, because we're living in a time and season of, as it tells us in the scriptures, Matthew 24 and 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Cold meaning psychos in the Greek, so crazy. And we are living in those very deadly, serious times where, a lot of these people are just out here doing everything. And the Lord has these spirits created for vengeance that are active, man. And they're going to be, doing all type of things in these times, But yeah, brothers and sisters, you see, this is why ultimately we want to be circumspect in this time and season that we are in, man, redeeming the time, man. Right. And I'm going to go to that precept through the spirit. Because this is what we got to do now more than ever, We got to stay in this mindset because, anything is bound to happen at any given time, man. We're living in some very deadly, serious times. You see? Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. And it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, right? This is the spirit that we got to be in, you see? Not as fools, but as wise, right? We can't be out here foolish like the rest of these people because ultimately these people simple. They have no idea that we're living in very, deadly serious times where things are about to heat up, where you see things like this occurring. It's about to be the norm. people being deleted, you see, and people just not caring, man. These are the times that we are in. So, hey, us knowing that, guess what? We got to be, be moving in the spirit more now than ever, right? Verse 16, redeeming the time, right? Because the days are evil, man. And we living in some very deadly serious times, and it's only going to get worse, right? More judgments are about to go out, you see, and they're going to escalate these judgments and these different type of events like that we see happening. Things are going to get worse. You see, the Lord is going to start intensifying things, man. You see, real soon. All right. So I'm going to grab that. 2nd Esdras chapter 14. All right. And I'm going to read verse 16. Right. It says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Each day that goes by is going to be worse than the day before it, man. Things are just going to continue to get more worse out here in this place, America, and worldwide, right? Verse 17, for look how much the world shall be weakened through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Talking about the people, man, right? And this is that time of season that we are in. If guess what, you're not of the Lord's elect, man, the Lord ain't finna be having no sympathy nor pity upon you people when he start really allowing these judgments to come forth. You see, a lot of people about to be getting deleted out here, man. It's about to get that crazy, right? And we just pray and hope, Abaratazah, that Lord's willing, we be at that number, that the Lord have mercy upon us, of course, and that we able to make it through these terrible days that we know we are in, man, because we know that things are going to get worse, right? It's going to get way more perilous out here. It's going to get way more dangerous, way more uncertain. You see, way more hazardous, man. You see? And that's why we got to pray and hope that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua be with us in these times. The Lord has that mercy upon us, man. Right? But with that being said, Lord's willing, I pray this video be edifying. Just something quick through the spirit. With that being said, to the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.